All right, y'all, so we are back with some more videos that'll make you question your reality. Tonight's theme is centered around glitches in the Matrix, all right? So before we get to the video, man, if you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the family, and remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's get to it.
Or 24. This one gave me the chills. A few years ago, I was 9 months pregnant, 2 days past my due date when I went into labor. We got to the hospital and I labored for hours and hours. They didn't realize the baby was breech, and sadly, from lack of oxygen, my baby was stillborn. I'm so sorry. I was heartbroken and they wheeled me off to the recovery ward while my fiance held my baby boy. The next day, I woke up back in my own bed at home. I was still pregnant. It was the same day I went into labor. I turned to my fiance and said, "What happened? How am I back here?" and was crying, saying we've lost the baby. He calmed me down and said I must have had a nightmare and that I hadn't went into labor yet. I was so confused, looked at my hand, and it was still bruised from where my IV went in. I was very freaked out. I knew it wasn't a dream. It was too real. I went into labor again. When I arrived at the hospital, I begged and pleaded with the staff to scan me. They did. My baby was breech. They tried to turn him, but it didn't work. I was rushed off for an emergency C-section and had a healthy baby boy. I just knew someone or something had stopped the heartbreak. My son is nearly 3, and the other day he turned to me randomly and said, "Mom, do you remember when I died in your belly?" What? My heart sank. I questioned him again, but he didn't say any more. By far the strangest thing that has ever happened to me. Let's resume.
Bro, I know that was a stressful, man. Prayers out to her. I know that was a stressful pregnancy. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's on some like Final Destination type stuff right there, bro. You remember when they had like the premonition right before it actually happened? Are you kidding? Just to wake up from a dream like that and then go to the doctor's office and them tell you your baby's breech, bro. It's like you're reliving that dream. And what that make you think of? A parallel universe, right? Somewhere that has an alternate ending. It could have happened the way she dreamed it in one universe, and then the universe that you're in, it happens a different way. And then the other ones all have possibly different or alternate endings. That's beyond scary. It makes me think of Groundhog Day too. Remember Groundhog Day? Just put your hand in mine. He just kept waking up. I might go watch that today. That is freaky, bro. That's some Freaky Friday type stuff, man. Are you kidding me? It's a wonder that she didn't like almost cause her own self from that stress to have complications with the pregnancy. Jeez. Glad the baby was okay. Glad she's okay. That's one of them stories, man. Send chills up and down your spine. Let's keep going.
I have a question for those parallel universe people. Twice in the last 2 years, last year in June, I had a situation where I was driving and there was a car that was coming head on towards me, and I just stopped and took in a deep breath and just prepared for impact because there was nowhere for that car to go and nowhere for me to go. So I literally thought that we were just going to hit head on, and nothing happened. So I have a dash cam. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get home and see where the hell this car went, because it just felt like an inevitable head-on collision. So when I got home, I told my daughter, this just happened. Like, sheesh, I almost just died. And I went to look at my dash cam video, and it showed the car coming head-on towards me, and then it blacked out. I get videos from my drives all the time. I live in California, so there's lots of beautiful places where I drive, and I make dash cam videos all the time to post on my social medias. And for whatever reason, I had never seen my videos glitch like that, and that's what happened. Long story short, my whole life just completely changed entirely, and so I don't know what happened. Anyways, so yesterday I was driving on the highway, and one of those construction trucks that carry rocks comes like from the far right lane, crosses over 3 lanes into my lane and then over to the HOV lane. And I had to like make a hard stop, almost a hard stop, and then kind of like swerve to miss him, or to not get hit. And then I like turn around to give him the evil eye, like, what are you doing? But then the truck wasn't there. So I'm like looking in my rearview mirror. Nothing. There's no truck behind me in any of the lanes. There wasn't that much traffic. Again, I went to look at my dash cam video and it said 1 hour drive. It was like 58-minute drive. It showed the time I left my house and the time that I arrived at my destination. And then when I press play, it shows me already in Hollywood. Like, it has no recording of me leaving the house or being on the highway at all. So, I don't know. What do you think? Did I die again yesterday? I have a question.
First of all, if I was her, I would stop driving. I don't know if she's going in the same area. I don't know if what's going on. I would stop driving. 2 of those type of back-to-back experiences, yeah, I'm done. You know what I mean? I need me an Uber or a chauffeur or something. But apparently, I'm not supposed to be driving. And at that point, you ain't gonna get too many more chances, I believe, in life. So if you don't answer the first few, then it could be bad. You know what I mean? Second thing I'm thinking, definitely glitch in the matrix, by the way. Could the car have like went over in a ditch or something and you didn't see it because you probably closed your eyes or something like that? I don't know. Third thing I'm thinking, I got a lot of thoughts about this one here because this is crazy what she's saying. It's happened twice to her. This could lend or more lead into the theories of we're in a simulation. Think about it, man. Twice she's been in a situation where almost a head on, and when she does it and blinks, it's kind of like she glitches the game or something like that, and it just stops or something happens or whatever is going on with her simulation. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's beyond weird. Or is she jumping from parallel universe to parallel universe to parallel universe? Is that what she's doing? She keeps getting an alternate ending? It seems like when she jolts and jumps and closes her eyes, it like takes her to another universe to where she could see a different ending happening. I don't know, but that's beyond creepy. That's beyond creepy, bro. Whoo. Let's keep going. Y'all feeling these so far? I'm feeling these so far, man. I'm loving these. You know what I mean? I hate that they had to go through these experiences. Most definitely, you know. But these stories are wild. Just off of the first two.
Okay, y'all, I think I just found a glitch in the Matrix and I need someone to explain to me what the just happened. So I recently, like literally this week, just started this routine where I'm taking my baby and my dog Otto for a walk every morning after breakfast. This is a brand new routine and we have not gone on the same path more than once. And today I'm walking past this school and there's this employee there and he's probably like mid-50s and like a school teacher. So all this to say, he's like not one of my TikTok girlies. And we walk past and he says, "Hi, good morning." And then he looks straight at my dog and goes, "Hi, Otto." And then after that, he looked at me all embarrassed and then turned around and walked away. How the did he know my dog's name? For reference, this is the size of my dog, so it's not like you can read his name tag. And his name is Otto. Like, it's a German name. It's not like it's a super common dog name. And then when I walked past where that guy was, he had been replaced with another woman in her mid-50s. And she looked at us and said, "Good morning," and then looked at the dog and said, "Oh, how cute." Like what I think that the original guy was supposed to say, except that he
See, that make me think of like movies. When I see something strange like that go down in the movies, it's usually a signal that the guy is possibly either following you or been watching you or, you know what I mean? A lot of times y'all are going to these same dog parks and different places like that, and you're going by yourself. Going by yourself, which isn't cool or which isn't safe at all. Like, people know that and they prey on that. So you got to be careful out here. You know what I mean? Now that's that side of it. Let's move over to like the glitch in the matrix side of it, right? Yeah, you jumping parallel universes there, because you just got two different scenarios that happened. One was a lady, one was a man, and he knew your dog's name. Yeah. Ain't no. Do y'all believe in psychics? What do y'all think about? Do y'all believe in psychics? I've never been one to play around with that, so I don't know. Maybe dude was a little bit of a psychic or something like that. You know what I mean? But that's just extremely creepy. And the fact that she's still walking around that park is insane to me. Most people would pack up and go home. Pack up and go home. Now, here's another possible explanation. Listen here, lady, you're doing TikTok videos. TikTok videos go viral. Maybe somebody in your area has been watching your TikTok videos and happened to see and hear you say your dog's name. So that may be where the apology came from, because he was like embarrassed to actually say that, and he may have been like, oh, I know that came off stalkerish. So let me apologize now and say I'm sorry. Maybe that's the situation as well. It could be a logical explanation as well. But I don't know. I wouldn't if I was her, I wouldn't go back to that dog park. You couldn't pay me to go back to that. I wouldn't allow my wife, significant other, girlfriend, whatever, sister, cousin, nobody that told me a story like that, I wouldn't let them go back there. Ain't no way. Whew. 3 for 3 right now, bro. Let's keep going.
I cannot even go into Costco right now because I am so freaked out but excited. I am going to try to make this as short as possible. I don't even care that the lighting is god awful right now. I'm in a Costco parking lot. This is simultaneously the coolest and the strangest and freakiest thing that has ever happened to me. Saturday night, I lost my AirPods. I realized it Sunday midday when I went shopping. Immediately opened up the Find My app, and last time they had connected was 8:24 p.m. at the restaurant my husband and I were at the night before. Naturally, you hit directions and it takes you straight there. They were not there. I said, shit. I lost $250 AirPod Pros. So immediately called my husband freaking out. He said, if they happen to be lost, we will get you new ones. Let's try to find them. We tore everything apart. Cars, purses, house, gym bags, everything. Obviously, they are $250 AirPod Pros. We are not just going to say, oh darn, they're gone because they were not in one location and go out and buy a new pair. We are not rich, unfortunately. We cannot afford that. So obviously, my purse was one of the first things that we looked through. My purse is not big. It is this big. This is my purse. It is teeny freaking tiny. Everything was taken out of it. The last 3 days, because I have not had AirPods, I have been using an old pair of headphones. I just went to get these headphones because I'm going into Costco and I hate not having headphones when I go into a store. And on top of my purse, like they were never gone, my AirPod Pros.
On top of her purse. No, I don't think she's going crazy at all. You know what I mean? If you live in a household like with mine, with kids, and they take something that they know they're not supposed to take, so they try to sneak it back when you ain't looking. It was something I was looking for the other day and I couldn't find it. And then mysteriously, I just found it in my room, like at the foot of my bed. Me and Queen was both looking for it, but I couldn't find it. And then mysteriously, it just appears. I always look at my kids and I'm like, yeah, they had my stuff. Because they always trying to snatch my stuff, whether it be some a shirt or whether it be, you know what I mean? Whatever. They're always trying to get it. So that's if she has kids, that would be the first place I look at. It was possibly your kids. If you have a daughter, your daughter tries to take your stuff. You know what I mean? You know how it goes. Or maybe even your significant other. Somebody put that thing back to where you could find it and just would go along with the story. My kids, if they would never get caught, they go along with the story. They carry that story to their grave. They ain't copping to it. No, absolutely not. They're not gonna cop to that. And what is it with AirPods going missing? I'm pretty sure we all have an AirPod story where your AirPods just go missing. I've lost two sets. Two sets. One in Virginia, hotel. Went up there for vacation. Me and the family were there. I bet if I check them, well, they probably went dead by now. But I think when we got back and I finally figured out they were missing, I checked the location like she said. It was still showing in Virginia. You know what I mean? The last place that they pinged or whatever was Virginia. So boom, got back, ordered some more, and I left them in my pocket. Queen washed my clothes, and yeah, those are done. Those are completely done. Like them AirPods, bro. I don't know if I need to connect them to my keychain or what it is, but man, those things are easy to go missing, and I think they made them that way. They made them that small in that way so we can keep buying them. I haven't bought any new ones because I'm tired of spending the money on them just to lose them. You know what I mean? Let's keep going.
So what happened was I bought 2 water bottles like this. I have a little basket. I put both of the water bottles in. They were ice cold, like right out of the fridge. I opened it up and I started chugging it. Put the cap back on, set it back into my stroller, wiped my mouth because I had hella water dripping off my chin. And I'm here with like my mom and my kids, my husband, and my daughter comes out and she's like, you guys didn't pay for my stuff. So everyone starts freaking out, like, you know, she's having like a whole little fit. I go to take another drink. I reach to grab my water and I notice that it's full still. So I grab the other water and I notice that it's full. So I'm thinking maybe the pressure from like the heat and it being open, maybe it kind of like suctioned back up and looked full. So I start trying to twist the caps open. They're both sealed. I'm in absolute disbelief. So I'm thinking maybe my husband bought the same water and he took mine because it was opened already and he was just gonna like share with me. I don't like sharing drinks and I'm frustrated with him. So when he came out the store, I was like, give me back my water, fool. Don't be drinking all my water like that. He was like, I don't even have a water. Like, I got a candy bar. I'm like, dude, what the I'm in full-blown panic right now. And I'm like, well, did anybody see me drink water? Did I actually drink water? And my mom's like, yeah, you were chugging that water. Everybody saw me drinking the water. My mouth was cold. I wiped the water from my chin. Like, I know that I opened the water bottle. I just don't understand what happened, how that happened. It was fucking crazy. And I want to go in and ask for the security footage to see if they caught it on camera. Now that I'm looking, I see there's only one camera right there and another one right here. So what if they didn't even catch it? And it was a freaking glitch in the Matrix.
Hey, I'm with her with the camera situation too. I'd seriously go back, and you think I'm playing, don't y'all? I'd go back in that store and ask them, can I see? Can y'all just please allow me to see so I know that I'm not crazy and I'm not losing it, bro? Like, we've all had a similar situation like that happen. That would freak me out, man. That would freak me out, bro. It's becoming more apparent that we are living in a simulation. And stuff like this is, I don't know if the game is running hot. What different things cause your computer to glitch up, different things like that. It may be running hot, it may be old, you know what I mean? So maybe the older we get, that the more the system, our system, starts to glitch and we start to see things. Maybe we don't notice these glitches as we're young because our system, we're young. We're the system, it's new. Something's gotta give, bro, at this point. You know what I'm saying? Something's gotta give at this point. We need to know. We need to know what's going on in our lives. Like, what are some other reasons, you know what I mean, that your computer, your hard drive, something would cause it to glitch up and do certain things, man. Because I feel her on that, bro. I probably go home and try to, like, make sure when I go to the bathroom that it's clear, to also prove to me that I drank water. I drank some water. It ain't like I could just throw it up to prove to myself, you know what I mean? I gotta figure out ways to kind of prove to me that I did drink this water from this bottle, close it back, and it was never not open, and I'm not losing it. I'm not losing it. Crazy stories. Let's keep going.
Call me crazy if you want, but I've never liked store-bought pesto.
Susie, that is so crazy. Okay, my story is not as crazy as yours, but my mom has always been a dreamer. She's always been able to see things in dreams, and sometimes people from the beyond would visit her in her dreams and tell her things. For example, my mom was born in a really small village in Nigeria, and in this small village, no one there had ever seen a white person before. But in her dream, she saw a man that was bearded, and a white man was officiating their wedding. And when she would tell people this, people would laugh at her because, again, no one had ever seen a white person, and it was inconceivable for a white person to come and visit this village, right? And when suitors started popping up asking for my mom's hand in marriage, she would turn them down because she had learnt to trust her dreams. And she was like, if this is not the man that I saw in my dreams, the answer is no. A few months later, my dad, who was working in Europe, decided to visit this village. And when he saw my mom from afar, he was in love. He was smitten. And so he asked for my mom's hand in marriage. And when my mom saw him, she knew this was the man from her dreams. And so she said yes. They did the traditional wedding 2 days later, and then they flew to Italy, where my dad was based, and a white man officiated their white wedding, just like she saw in her dreams. So they started a family, and my mom had 2 girls, my 2 older sisters. And when she was heavily pregnant with me, she decided to not find out the gender, because with my 2 sisters, they were wrong. They told her they were having 2 boys, and she ended up having 2 girls. So she was like, I'm not finding out the gender. I'm just going to be surprised, but I'm hoping for a boy. One day, her mother unfortunately passed away, but because her sisters knew that she was heavily pregnant, they decided not to tell her. So they kind of kept it quiet for a few months, and they were like, when she gives birth, we will tell her. And so my mom went unaware for months. This was the 90s, before instant messaging and all of that. So one day, as my mom slept, she had a dream, and in this dream she saw 10 bassinets, and each bassinet had a baby in it. The first one had a girl, and the 9 after that were all boys. And so my mom in the dream was like, oh my goodness, I want a boy. And so she picked one boy, and she started picking all the boys up, and she was trying to pick as many as she could. And as she was picking them, she heard a voice saying, drop all the boys. And she looked up, and she saw her mother in the dream. And her mother came to her and said, honey, pick up the girl. And my mom was like, no, I already have 2 girls. I want boys. I want boys now. And her mother was like, I said, drop the boys and pick up the girl. And then I promise you, every baby you have after this will be a boy. And so my mom, a bit upset, dropped the boys and picked up the girl. And as she picked up the girl, she woke up. And in that moment, she knew that her mother was dead. And so she picked up the phone. And as she called her mom, of course, her mom didn't pick up the phone. So she ended up calling her sisters, who then eventually had to tell her that unfortunately their mom passed away a few months prior. Of course, telling that to a heavily pregnant woman caused nothing but anxiety. So my mom went into early labor. And as she was in labor, she gave birth to me. But before she could even react to that, the doctors noticed this mark in my ear. And when my mom saw that, she remembered the dream she had. Because her mother, my grandma, had the same exact mark on her right ear, just like I did. And so my mom paused and realized that she was carrying in her arms a reincarnation of her mother. And the strange thing is that I sound just like her, I look just like her, I act just like her, and my mom is convinced I am her. And sometimes I have memories that are not my own. And her mother was right, because after me, my mom gave birth to my brother. And then she said, 4 is more than enough. I'm done, okay? And I'm sure if she had continued having kids, she would have had
Boys.
9 extra boys, if that makes sense. Anyway, that is crazy, but not as crazy as you, Susie, with your pesto.
Call me crazy.
Yo, that was insane. Now, we talked the other night about, and if y'all didn't check out the video, you missed out on some greatness, but we talked about what if, right? And it was a what if style video centered around a bunch of what if theories. And one of them is, they were saying like, what if when you transition, I like to use the word transition. What if when you transition, you know, people always talk about seeing a bright light. They said, well, what if when you see the bright light while you're quote unquote transitioning, the bright light is actually a hospital light where you're actually now being born as a baby. And what the first cry, you know, as the doctor's bringing the baby into the world and he spanks the baby to get it to cry, that cry is you realizing that you have now lost everything and you're starting over as a newborn baby, and the life that you have known is fading away from you, pretty much, in a sense. So then fast forward, we get a video like this, and she's saying the story about how she had the dream and her mom telling her to pick up the girl, and her mom dying, her not knowing, and then her waking up calling her mom, and then, you know what I'm saying, the baby being born a girl, the light. Now the baby, which is now a grown woman, saying, I have the similar thing on my ear. I have memories and different thoughts and different things happening that seem like it come from someone else. Her mom saying, you act, your mannerisms, everything about you is like my mom. And everything that the mom said in the dream was happening. Girl, then the boys. Now she stopped it. She was like, that's it. But do you see what I'm saying? So that what if the other day, that one out of all of the what ifs stuck with me. I talked to my family about it. You know what I mean? The next time I have a cookout or a party, I'm going to bring that up to my friends and stuff to see what their thought process. I'm going to spark conversations everywhere I go with that what if. Because it seems like that could be a possibility, man. And when you hear a story like that, it kind of somewhat confirms it. So what we need is the other what if, right? It was another what if in that video where it's like, what if we could wake up in the morning after we've had our dreams, because everything she remembers from her dream, I wouldn't have remembered half of that. Half of that, I wouldn't have remembered. But everything from her dream, they was like, what if you could wake up in the morning and plug your pillow recorded your dreams, and you could plug it into a USB and watch the playback over. That's what I would need. I would need that, because I wouldn't remember over half of that. You know what I mean? But whoa, what about the stories? What's the craziest story y'all have heard tonight, surrounded through the theme of glitches in the Matrix? Y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know what you thought about these stories, man. These are beyond insane. Y'all stick around and stay tuned, man. Till the next one, I'm gone.